So looking at these two shots, as we said, there needs to be a distinction between long shot and short shot. You pretty much had that in terms of your width of stance. You got a nice sort of narrow stance for these shots, which is great. The issue you did have was the weight was, to be fair, at the moment, I would say sort of too sort of centred there at address, and you then try to move back. We can see now as you look down at the ball, you're left of the golf ball. Exactly. Yeah. Now with this shot now, as you went back, if that sort of head stays over the ball there now, we're okay, but it starts to move back a little bit, and this was the swing for the short yellow flag. Okay, a long back, so you move back there now you drop under it, so your swing arc now is behind the ball, hitting up on it. So you'll hit the ground pretty much where your sternum is. So that sternum, as I tell you, right of the golf ball. This will lead to hitting the ground behind the ball and or thinning the golf ball. And then of course you're trying to decelerate the club because the backswing length you create is just too powerful for the 20-yard shot that you've got. Looking at the right-hand one now, weight is left of the golf ball. As you swing back now, it's a shorter backswing, so less power now is being created. And that's still probably longer than what you thought, But to be fair, the distance you're getting now, that to me is okay. I think ideally we'd sort of say for this length shot, somewhere around there would eventually be sufficient. But where you're going to at the moment now, it's certainly a lot less than what you were. The key thing is keeping that weight on that front foot. So when you then come back to the golf ball now, you can see it impact there. If I go back a frame, you're actually now on top of the golf ball. We sort of get the lines out of the way, you'll see the difference in the two contacts. That one there now, if we put you there, you look more on top of it, where this one here now definitely is as if you're leaning back, aren't you? The left heel's almost probably coming off the ground there, just as your weight is moving back. And if the weight does move back behind the ball, the club just bottoms out just a little bit early, okay? So if we can get that weight forward, keep it forward so we can accelerate the club through, we'll get a nice strike of the ball. The loft of the golf club will send the ball up in the air, and it'll be a cleaner hit ball, then a bit of ground afterwards, or just maybe just clip the ball at the top and just brush the mat as you come through. Having to be digging the club into the ground. The club's still working fairly shallow, but as long as your sternum is left of the golf ball. Make sure when you're setting up, so it means making sure the ball's in the middle of your feet and your weight is on that front foot. Okay, that's going to help you get the contact. They're all good shots, barring putting, as we said. Weight on the left side, impact with the driver through the bag. You want the weight on that front foot. Now moving to that left foot through the swing creates power. Last thing you want for a 20-yard shot, Malcolm, is power. Exactly. You want the good contact, but you don't want to be whacking it 20, 30 yards too far.
Basically, whenever I keep the backswing down, but my speed through the ball.
It's going to be a constant sort of acceleration.
It's going to be the same.
Because if you took the golf club back, if we sort of go back to that sort of circle analogy again. So if you from the golf club there and didn't move it, the ball goes 0 yards, okay? If we went back there, it would be roughly 10. This is obviously just guesstimates, but we'll have a rough idea. 30. So kind of look like a sort of speedometer in your car. And wherever you sort of swing around that, that'll be a 10-yard chip, roughly speaking. But you just go between here and the yellow flag halfway. That'll be a 20-yard, 30-yard, 40-yard, whatever it may be. And you'll build that up. So you'll get an understanding. If I swing the golf club to here, it'll go this far. And we've got that ability within us to judge this. When you throw a ball to someone, if I stood from one the bay there to the other, you could throw the ball to me and I could catch it sort of pretty much mid-chest, sort of above my head here or down there. The problem with chipping or pitching or short shots, we sort of should classify them under, if your contact is varied, if you hit the ground, say for example this length swing here, we'll say it's a 50-yard shot. If you hit the ground behind the golf ball, it will probably go about 10 yards. Because it's so much dirt behind the ball, all the energy's lost and the ball goes da-da-da-da. If then you miss the ground for the next shot to compensate for that and you caught mid-ball and it's shot low, it might go 80 yards. So now the same swing gives you 10 yards or 80 yards. How do you judge distance? It's just pure guess. Because there's no green's going to be 70 yards deep, so you can't go, well, I'll just hit it anywhere and just be on the green somewhere. If you rely on hitting it harder because the first one was a bit short, then when you do get a good contact or a thin contact because you missed the ground, it's way too far. Then the next one, obviously the response, I'll be, I'm a bit too scared of going too far now. I'll be softer and short swing and just decelerate more, stub the ground around the ball, and the ball and it goes 10 yards in front of you. So as long as you can get a consistent or constant strike where your sternum, as we said, left of the golf ball as you're looking down, your judgment at distance now will become a lot better because you'll have that ability to understand if I swing the club to here or here or here, I'll get 3 different distances, whereas you might swing to here and get 3 different distances with 3 different strikes. And that's just the guesswork. And if you rely on guesswork, it's going to be tough, isn't it? So, does that make sense? Yeah. Good. Okay.